So it's like 9:30 when we got here. You said you had already finished lift and meetings, and I don't think a lot of people understand what like spring ball is like with like your schedule. Can you like run through a day in your life right now in the spring with like waking up at like 5 a.m. and then,
Yeah.
doing all that?
Yeah. So the days we don't have practice, we practice Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. Um, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm up at like 5:15, getting to the facility at like 5:20, 5:30, and then lift starts at 6. So we lift from 6 to 7, and then we meet 7 to 8:30, 8:45, depending on practice, 8:30, 8:45, sometimes 9.
That's a lot of
Um,
compliance in this.
yeah. And then you get check in for breakfast, and then we're done.
Yeah.
But then practice is similar. Practice days, Tuesdays, Thursdays is um up at 6, and then breakfast check in by like 6:30, and meeting start at 7:30. So Saturdays are a little different just
Yeah.
because it's a weekend. I think we scrimmage most Saturdays, so it's early. I mean, it's a grind. Spring ball is a grind. Everyone who plays college football can relate to that. So, um, and everyone in the country is doing it.
Yeah.
So you just got to do it better than everyone in the country.
Yep. Are you a morning person? Does this bother you?
No, I mean, it depends. If I sleep well at night,
You've also been doing this for 5 years. So
yes,
it's like
exactly.
you know
So
what to expect.
totally, and you get used to it as
Yep.
you get later in the
Yep.
spring.
Oh,
But it's important to just put the phone away and go to
I
bed.
go to bed,
Yeah,
and I understand.
yeah.
What's worse, spring ball or fall camp?
Ooh, I mean, I would say fall camp, just because
It's like every
it's
single
so
day.
condensed. Um, like spring ball, you get like you practice on Saturday morning, but then you get the rest of the day, Saturday, Sunday off, and then
Fall camp's like every single day, isn't it? Like, and you're here
every single day. Yeah, I
all
mean,
day.
every school has their own schedule. From what I've heard here, it's 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Which is similar. But yeah, it's Monday through Sunday or Monday through Saturday
Oh
or
my gosh,
yeah,
that is insane.
yeah.
What has the culture been like so far since you've been here?
It's been great. It really has. It's a culture of dudes who just are competitive and who want to win, and who got that taste of winning last year
Mhm.
and are just so hungry to live up to that standard that they set for themselves. And then I'm coming in living up to the standard that they set as well.
Yeah.
So it's a culture of competitiveness, toughness, resiliency, just guys oriented to one goal, and that's winning and being the best that we can be every single day, and living up to that standard every single day.
Like you said, you like to golf outside of football, but how is it balancing like football practice, school, your social life, getting sleep, all that
Mm.
stuff? How has that been?
It's something that you learn.
Yeah.
It's something that you learn throughout your years in college. I'm sure you can attest to it as an athlete as
Yeah.
well. Um,
How long did that take for you to, how long did it take for you to learn? Like going into your freshman year, I feel like all freshmen, you're like,
yeah,
Um,
time management.
it's terrible,
It's
but
crazy. But I mean, that first year,
yeah.
I feel like it's such a big learning curve. That first like freshman, because then you get, your first college classes,
Oh yeah.
and you got to roll into that and stuff like that. So the first year is huge. And you really learn by the end of it how your days are gonna go.
Yeah.
But then now as a fifth year senior, it's much
Oh,
easier.
it's much easier.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like after 5 years of playing a college sport, it's like, okay, your first like 2 years are pretty terrible. Then it gets better, and then like your fifth year, you're like, oh my gosh, I can finally
Take a
like,
deep breath for a little.
take a deep breath, be an athlete.
Yeah,
It's fun to just be able to kind of focus on your sport and be
Yeah.
present all the time.
I agree. I
It's
agree with
it's
that
been a lot of fun.
for sure.
Just like going back to the locker room and at football practice is there been a moment in practice where it's just been like really exciting, and you can kind of see the growth of the program, I guess, coming from last year into this year, just knowing what the program was last year and having the potential of being really great this year.
Yeah, I think for example, we scrimmaged last Saturday.
Yeah.
And I think it was just a great competitive balance between defense making plays, offense making big plays, you know, Fernando taking off for a huge scramble, and then, you know, Pons making a huge play. You know, that just
Yeah.
competitive balance of offense, defense, and then you mix in special teams. And
Yep.
it was just a great to see, because it was our first scrimmage. So it was the first time, you know, you can kind of just say, like, let's put the ball down and play. So it was great. It was a ton of fun too. Like, you know, that competitive nature, once you start ramping it up, it's a blast. And like I said, just that balance between, you know, offense, defense, everyone making plays, everyone flying around.
Yeah.
It was a ton of fun.